Hi guys, I'm here for a change to talk about a very, very serious subject. Now, we all know from social media and from shopping online that there are lots and lots of fake products out there. So I'm here to talk about Taom chalk. Now, I actually went online and bought a bit of fake Taom. I think it was about $10. There's the fake Taom. There's the real Taom. You can tell straight away that the colour is very, very different. And another big difference is the underneath of the chalk. Now this Taom, which I bought online, doesn't even have the lion underneath. The Taom used to have the lion underneath, but that's been replaced now by a QR code. And if you scan that QR code, that will take you to Taom Billiards. And that way you will know it's not fake. Yes, it's around $25, I think now, you can buy it for online. It's more expensive, but then as with lots of fake products, you get what you pay for. I've tried the fake one. It does mark the ball. It does mark the cloth. It doesn't do anything which the Taom chalk does. We all know the popularity of this now for all the top snooker players in the world, bar one or two, I believe. Lots of pool players are now using this one as well, whether it be the V10 or the Pyro Blue. There are, of course, lots and lots of other chalks out there, but I'm here to tell you that there really is no comparison between Taom and the rest of the chalks currently available out there on the market. It lasts such a long time. I know the big thing about Taom can be the price, but if you work out how long it lasts you, and you know, I've heard of instances, I've actually been commentating on matches where a guy got a skid on a ball and it cost him $4,000. It was the difference between losing in the semi-final or getting to the final, and he miscued on the key ball. I think it was actually, it might have been Robbie Capito, I can't remember, but it was a few years ago, and it actually cost him a lot of money by getting a skid on a ball. Just here basically to tell you to be careful. Okay, Taom isn't for everyone's budget, but if you do go for the Taom, then make sure you're getting the right one. You know, there's the old saying, if you can't make it, fake it. And that's what a lot of these companies are doing. They don't know the amount of investment, the amount of time, the amount of chemistry that has gone into this humble piece of chalk, right? Something that, you know, years ago you wouldn't even think about. You know, there'd be chalk marks all over the table, kicks galore, and everyone would be saying, no, it's just part and parcel of the game. But now there's a way of avoiding those skids, those funny rail bounces, and the marking on the cue ball. You know, we don't want to see dirty tables, and it can actually lengthen the, you know, the duration of your cloth. That you won't have to change your cloth as often with players using Taom. And we know from, you know, there's been clubs in the UK that have actually banned the use of any other chalk apart from Taom. They actually provide you with Taom chalk to play on their cloths because they realise that it will lengthen the use of their cloth. It will be more durable. So I'm just asking you, before you splash out on maybe a cheaper looking piece of Taom chalk, just check for the QR code. QR, right? It may not be quite right. So check the QR code. There's no QR code on the bottom of this fake piece of Taom chalk. Yes, they've got the lettering right, but they haven't got the mixture of ingredients right to provide you with the maximum quality of your piece of chalk. So make sure, if it's, you know, if it doesn't seem right, if it sounds too cheap to be real, then it probably isn't real, right? We all know that, don't we, from past experience, from buying lots of different products over the years. So just check for that QR code on the bottom of the Taom chalk. Give it a scan and go have a look at Taom Billiards. Just want to mention this. I've been asked a lot about this. This is actually a nice little chalk holder from J Flowers, which they so kindly gave me. Cute, isn't it? Really nice, and it can hold up to 3 pieces of Taom chalk, which is pretty cool. So that's enough about the chalk for now. Let's talk about another new product from Taom. They've come out with a new range of tips. They're called Heat. There's soft, medium and hard. I'm actually playing with a medium on my cue at the moment, which is one of the hard. I've always gone for super soft, but I've gone to medium and I actually really love it. Less deflection, which we'll talk about another time. I'm not going to get into that now. So the new Taom Heat, red colour, comes in 3 different hardness: soft, medium and hard. And also the BJ3, which is the brake jump tip, also available from Taom Billiards. So there you go, just giving you a little bit more choice. Come in a nice little box as well. Look at that for a quality box. So Taom chalk, it is the #1. There's a reason for that. It's got all the best ingredients. It was designed by a chemist of over 20 years, so much experience, a guy called Tony at Taom. For those of you that may not know what the word Taom stands for, well, it's actually the initials of the 4 owners: Tony, Ali, Jonas Ottonen is the O, and M is Mika Immonen. Rest in peace, my friend. They all had their input over the years. It took a long, long time to develop this chalk. So you're paying for quality. Don't be fooled into thinking because it looks like Taom and it's cheaper than Taom that it's going to be as good as Taom. Because, as we all know, in life, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So go to taombilliards.com for your chalk, your tips and your gloves. I'm Mark White. Thanks for your company and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.